Hello, you guys, and thank y'all for tuning in to this week's episode of the Journey Podcast, where I am your host, Kiera. Ah, I'm always so excited to see you guys. Normally my sign would be up here, but I am currently working on a print order, and so we trying to kill two birds with one stone: record and print. Okay. But so if you notice, we're on a Thursday. This is not just a talk about it Thursday episode. This is gonna be our new time here on the podcast, where instead of Sundays, we're gonna be airing on Thursdays and Thursdays only. We did start talking about it Thursday because people were wanting more of the Journey podcast. But as I am in this new season and I'm growing, there are so many things demanding time from me. So I do not have time to record for twice a week for 2 episodes a week. And so we're gonna go back to one episode a week, just for some time. I do not know if it's gonna be this season and next season, or what that's gonna look like. We are gonna get back to our 2 episodes a week, just so we can have that midweek pick me up. But I think that Thursdays is a good day because, well, for me, because we are gonna go back into the option to have a guest, and that just kind of gives me a different schedule, really, to be able to record with people on the weekends, so that when the episode airs, then it is no rush to put it out. And so yeah. So hey guys, Thursday. Thursdays is a day. Thursdays at 8 o'clock. I will come on and we'll chop it up with each other. Just kind of check in with each other, see how everything's going. Yeah, I like Thursdays. So that's that. And other than that, I am gonna be updating the website with all the things that you guys need to know. Like I said again, the be a guest option is gonna be available. Hopefully, I'm working on some things, guys. I've been working on some things in our break, where I was trying to get a space where we can have some in-person guests and record like that. I am recording normally at home in my living room, and I do not that I don't like people, but I don't really invite um everyone into my home because this is our safe space, this is our quiet space, this is our space. And so also my desk area is a little bit small too, so I really wouldn't want to, with all my things over here in my little area, I just don't see myself recording in the house. I don't know. But anyways, yeah, let's go ahead and get into this week's episode. I am so happy to be back and seeing you guys again because I missed y'all. I hope y'all miss me too. Um let's go ahead and just get into things. Well, let me tell y'all what I was doing during the break. I've been reading more. Um I don't know if somebody just kind of like read my personal journal entry where I said that I wanted to read a book a month. I have been doing that. I have 2 books so far. One I'm not finished with. The other I did finish and I loved it. And I did want to talk. I did want to kind of just recommend it to you guys. So this was the January's read. Can we see this? I know it's probably like backwards, but it's called The Year of Yes by Shonda Rhimes. I actually got this book for my birthday, and it was really special. And so, guys, this is a highly recommended book. Highly recommended. Definitely, am gonna read it again. And I do encourage you guys to just kind of pick this up if you got a chance. If you don't want the hard copy, you can get it on Amazon, the Kindle version where it's not a hard copy, but I like a good in my hand kind of book. The book that I am currently reading, um, this is so good. I really feel like everybody should read this. It's called the subtle art of not giving a fuck. Um, excuse my language, guys, for those that might be offended by the F word. But this book, oh my God, that book is it's intense. I love it. I love it, and I really I got this from Joe at work, and yeah, that Joe Joe's not be caring too much about stuff. So, with that being said, guys, please pick those books up if you guys get a chance. Also, you can order either one of them on Amazon, for the Kindle version, um, or the audio version, whatever you. Amazon got their own little like book reading thing kind of thing too. So, get into that. And so, yes, but I've been reading more, and these books have just definitely played a big part in just sharpening me on this journey just to become the better version of myself. And so yeah, guys, read those books. That's what I've been doing. I've been doing that. Guys, so much stuff has been going on. I have my goal this year. I don't want to really talk about it, but I just as I'm growing, I'm really growing. My time has not. I don't have time to just. My time is being consumed with things that are making more room for me, and I'm gonna say that and leave that with that. And so thank you, God, for seeing me fit to handle those things. I just want to say that as well. And so that's what I've been doing. Also, as far as the podcast goes, just kind of in the upcoming weeks, I'm gonna have some things come out, um, that for you guys, for our listeners. And so I'm just I'm working, y'all. I'm working. I'm trying to include all the things, and God has been so good in the 3 weeks that has passed. And so just looking forward to more everything. Anyways, um let's go ahead and get into this week's episode, y'all. I think when I miss y'all I start rambling. I'm sorry. Anyways, but today, what are we talking about? We're talking about something that has been so essential, something that has just made it like life just feel like smoother and not so much pressure in life. And so, as we talked about rebranding last season, I want to talk about today, how important it is to just be in alignment and just be okay with things flowing naturally. And so, what is alignment? Alignment is living in harmony with your true self, where your actions, thoughts, and values are consistent and support each other, creating a sense of purpose, authenticity, and inner peace rather than internal conflict and stress. It's about being congruent with who you are, your beliefs, and your life's direction, leading to a smoother, more fulfilled experience. So, um, if you two are on this journey, you see that when you operate in alignment, there's nothing's forced, nothing has to be manipulated, and that's not and it just kind of flows, like everything just flows, and it's peaceful, and it's not draining, and it's just it's just that it's peace. And so when you try to force your destiny to be something that you want it to be versus just allowing it to be what God wants it to be for you, it's just like it's a lot of chaos. And it can be draining, and you find yourself operating in careers, relationships, um what else? Entrepreneurship, on like stuff that no longer serves a purpose, like this is something that you just it's time up for it. And so I can truly say that alignment calls for a lot of the time for you to leave things behind that are familiar. And so we already talked about how hard that is sometimes, but the things that you need are gonna just like fall into place. Like you're not even gonna be looking for it. It's just gonna be there, you know? And so what we don't a lot of the times we try, like I think I was sharing with you guys when I went to therapy, how I didn't realize that I had, I want to say, a controlling spirit where I wanted to be in control of everything. So when I did the worksheet, um, the control worksheet about what was in my control, what wasn't in my control, and what I possibly could control, but not really. I was trying to put everything in the circle of control. Like, I can control all the things. And I was like, oh, that is so bad. I was like, everything can't fit. And so I was trying to manipulate situations, relationships where I was like, okay, I can be in control of that. I can yeah, let me call the shots on that. And so when I took it upon myself and I found it in my heart to just say, you know what, I'm gonna let go and I'm gonna allow God to lead me and stop trying to be the leader in every aspect of my life. Just kind of go with the flow. And that's when I started. That's when I found peace. I found peace and stop in not trying to be in control, and so and not trying to manipulate situations to a point where, okay, I I am in charge of this narrative. This narrative, I'm calling the shots, versus allowing God to just be who He is and just take my hands off of situations and things like that. And so, like, you ever notice how when something isn't aligned, everything just feels heavy? Like, dang, man, this is a lot. It's a lot on my plate. That's a lot of the time we say that. There's a lot on my plate. I got a lot going on. And so 9 times out of 10, um, oh, also, like, you're overthinking, and so you question yourself. You try so hard, and it's like an endless amount of trying. You chase clarity, and stuff like that. But when something is aligned, there's peace. It's like so peaceful. It's just like, wow, okay. And I'm like, wow, that was on time, or wow, that just happened so gracefully. And so, um, sometimes we'll try to convince ourselves that we're at peace and we're not, because we're not operating in alignment. And so, this season of my life taught me that alignment doesn't require force. It doesn't require manipulation. And anything that requires force is usually not in alignment. So when you find yourself having to force things like relationships, force yourself to um, be amazing at work, and you have to make yourself just do a good job in all the things that you're operating in, maybe that's not um, what God calls you to do, you know? Maybe that's not what you're supposed to be doing. And so when you're in alignment, you feel calm. Things just unfold naturally without manipulation. Like I said, you don't have to convince yourself that this is right, that this is okay, that this is what God wants for you. Because it's just like, come on now, look how this is falling together. Look at how everything's coming together. And so your nervous system even feels safe. It's like, you know what? I trust this. I trust what's next. The fact that this happened the way that it happened without me having to do too much, um, just lets me know, it reassures me that I'm operating in alignment. I'm allowing God to move in my life the way that He sees, that the way that I should have been doing. And so, we force things that when we're afraid of starting over, and that starting over and starting a new career, starting a new relationship. Like, when you've been in a relationship for 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 years, and the idea alone bump the actual act of starting over. The idea of starting over is a lot, and it's hard. And so when we have those fears, we just go ahead and say, you know what, I'm gonna keep forcing things so in this relationship so that I don't have to start over. um Sometimes the fear is of being alone. Sometimes it's the fear of wasting time again. Like, what if I go and get into something because I've had poor judgment prior to this, prior to starting over. I've had poor judgment, and so who's to say I'm not gonna make a bad decision again, you know? um and sometimes the fear is of letting go of the old version of ourselves. So and just letting go of a life that we just had all these dreams and hopes and thoughts for, and just saying like, dang, you mean to tell me I spent all this time doing this and now I got to start over? And so that is when that force and manipulation kick in, and we manipulate ourselves. And when I say, like, guys, don't think that I'm just a manipulative person. I'm saying that and saying like I've manipulated myself into thinking that I'm okay in this relationship. I've manipulated myself into thinking that there's nothing wrong with me. And so it's not like I want to manipulate people, but I've manipulated myself. And so I'm just thinking about that when I said that it did sound like I was a manipulative person, and I'm not. So, uh, I mean, I guess I would still be a manipulative person even if I'm just trying to manipulate myself. But whatever, we're not gonna get into that. Um, so force, that force is it what force looks like to avoid alignment is staying in relationships that drain you, holding on to business ideas that no longer reflect who you are, um, trying to be who you used to be because it's familiar, and some people are holding you to the thought and idea of, oh, well, this is who you were before, and you just want to keep others happy. And so here we are, people pleasers, um, trying to please others, and we're not operating in alignment, because while they still are familiar with that person and they still love and care about that person, that's not who we want to be anymore. We want to grow for that. So alignment will ask you to release people, habits, environments, identities, and timelines. So all that, oh girl, you used to do this, or oh bro, you used to do that. Um, it's sometimes you gotta, and you have to be firm on the choice to operate in alignment. That's not who I am anymore. It's not easy to be. I'm forcing myself to be like that because that's not my mindset. Isn't that anymore? And so I'm not gonna. I don't want to hang out with you so bad that I'm gonna neglect the hard work and dedication that I put into becoming the better version of myself, because here I am now, not operating in alignment, and I'm not on my way to being who God called me to be. And so alignment feels like peace. It's no pressure on operating in alignment. Um, that pressure sounds like I need to make this work. I've already invested too much. I've already done too much. I've gotten too far. Um, um, Having the hope that, okay, something else is going to change, an endless amount of hope where you've seen that the product, the outcome is never good. And so why are you going to keep forcing this when the outcome of you forcing it is never good, you know? And so what's meant for you will meet you in your truth. It's going to meet you where you are. It's going to meet you in the middle, the middle of nowhere, where you're alone, where you didn't see it coming. It's going to come when you don't see it coming. And so here you are. You started over. You changed the environment. You moved to another city, state, town, whatever. I don't care if you move from one town to the other, or one apartment to another apartment. It doesn't matter. You change your environment, whatever that looks like for you, and now you see things flowing in a different way, where maybe that environment is what's holding you back. I can't say what it is for you, but it's been for me. Sometimes it's been my environment. Sometimes it's been the people that I chose to hang around. Sometimes it's been the conversations that I chose to have. So it can be a series of different things. It doesn't necessarily have to be um, a person, a place, or thing. Sometimes it's a thought process that you need to release. So sometimes you'll say, okay, I started over. Now what? When I moved to Georgia, I was like, okay, God, I'm here now. I don't move. Now what's now? What's next? Y'all, next thing that happened, my car broke. The car broke down, y'all. It was broke. The car broke down, and so I didn't have a car for maybe a month. And so and so I was like, what am I supposed to do? Like, what's next for me? What's next? And so time kept going by, and I was looking for another car, and I was just looking for like I was just trying to find my way because my car was my way of making money at that time. And so while that was gone, I was forced to sit still, and I was forced to trust God. I was forced to um stop ripping and running everywhere and trying to be everything, um and not just pray and be still like I was instructed to do. And so sometimes the delay isn't punishment. Um you can't receive what's meant for you if you're holding on to things that's no longer meant for you. Maybe there was a season for it. There's no saying, like, there might have been a season for it, but maybe that season is over. And like we talked about before, how the leaves and the trees change as the seasons change. And so now the trees need new leaves. You can't just go pick up the old leaves and try to put them back on it. They just ain't gonna go. They not gonna go. It's not gonna look right. And they're not gonna attach the same way. It ain't gonna hit the same. These leaves is crinkly. You need new leaves. Grow new leaves. That is not the message, but sometimes the delay is protection. So alignment requires space, and you can create space. You can't create the space while holding, but you create that space when you let good things go, and you move forward. And so, um, ask yourself, um, where in my life am I forcing something? Um, what feels heavy that used to feel right? Like, what was it that I used to do that it doesn't feel right anymore? I'm doing it out of familiarity. That word gets on my nerves. Instead of just doing it because um it's the right thing to do, or it's what I'm supposed to be doing, or what I feel called to be doing. What am I holding on to out of fear? So what are some things that you may know in your heart that you need to let go of? And guys, when you find yourself alone, I just want to drop this in here. When you find yourself feeling alone, do not run to fill that voided area with somebody or something, or whatever the case may be. Take that time to be still. Take that time to talk to God, get closer to God, to see what it is that He wants from you, what it is that He has planned for you. How are you supposed to move forward? Look for that guidance, because what I what I've noticed about myself is when you feel alone, and you're not used to being alone, because maybe you're one of those people that have maintained long-term relationships, and you just don't know what it feels like or what it looks like really to be alone. Um, Anything filling that void is good enough, and so um, that can prevent you from walking in alignment. Sometimes you just, instead of you being in alignment, you're just in comfortability. So here I am, I'm comfortable. Okay, oh well, we'll figure it out. And so when you do that, you're just operating in a cycle. It's a cycle. And you're gonna say, "Dang, I'm always in these same types of relationships. I always deal with these same type of people," because you want that feeling that's familiar, and you're getting somebody different face, different name, same spirit. What do you expect to be different in that? Like, it's not really too much that can be different. Um, yeah, like, it's still no peace. And so here you are, you done got into this new relationship, but y'all arguing, and things ain't going right, and y'all arguing just like you and your ex did, and you might as well have just stayed with the ex because it's the same thing, it's just a different person, and it doesn't even have to exactly be the same thing. It could be, um maybe your ex had a problem with lying. Okay, this new guy has a problem with managing his finances, and so y'all are arguing about that. And then this other new guy, he has a problem with considering your feelings. And so everybody has a problem. Which I'm not saying that people are perfect. And I'm not saying stay in relationships that don't work and try to force them to work. I'm saying that if you sit and you take your time to maybe even get to know yourself, sometimes you know what I after I was in a relationship, I didn't even know what I liked. I didn't even know I didn't even know what I like to do. I started to date and then somebody was like, "Hey, so like what do you like to do? What do you do for fun?" Fun? I don't know. Be a mom. I was like, I felt so stupid. I was like, I didn't even know myself. Like, it was just bad. And so I needed to take time for myself to just kind of get to know myself. In that, I started doing things by myself. Like, I would go out to eat, and I do still do that now to this day. Um, Even married, I still take time for myself. I still give myself time. I give myself grace. I give myself the opportunity just to operate in Kiera, just be Kiera, where nobody's calling my name. Um, Nobody's mom, honey, babe, blah blah blah. But nobody's calling daughter. Nobody's calling me anything, sister, friend. I sometimes take time for myself. I go give me a little crab bag, y'all. Give me a crab bag and a raspberry lemon drop, please. Thank you. but all in all, it's just like because I can do that now, I have time to think and I have time to hear from God. I have time to feel. Um, I have time to process my thoughts because at one point when I wasn't operating in alignment and I wasn't just allowing God to lead me and guide me in the way that I needed to go, I it was so much chaos. My head would be hurting, eyes would be like just I couldn't get sleep. Depression was high, and just everything just seemed so forced. Everything seemed so demanding. Everything just seemed so heavy, and so when I decided to just let God have his way. I told myself, you gotta take your hand. You cannot be in control of everything. I had to take my hands off a lot of things so that I could just allow God to be God in my life. So just let God be God. You not God. Let God be God. And so um if it's forcing you, if it's not for you. If you have to force it, it's not for you. If you have to do too much, it's not for you. Everything that's for you, you're gonna have it. Everything that's for you, is gonna find you. You don't have to go looking for it. Um, you don't have to go doing too much. It's gonna come to you. Um, that person is gonna come to you. And it's gonna be right. You're gonna feel it in your heart. Things are gonna continue to happen in that are just like, wow, hold on now. At some point, we got to stop. This got to come on now. At some point, this got to just stop. Because there's no way this worked so good that it's just like you knew when I needed it. You were right there on time the way, and that opportunity was right on time when exactly when you needed it. And so when you're operating in alignment, that's another question that I feel like somebody might have. How do you know that you're operating in alignment? Because it's easy. Because it just flows. There's no force on it. It's no um there's no chaos in it. It just flows. It just goes. I don't have to tell you what I need because God already told you. God already equipped you to be that. And it's a beautiful thing um to be operating in alignment because here you are now these opportunities are finding you. Now these opportunities, when I say opportunities, y'all, these are the things that were the ideas and the plans that have been on your heart. They're just God is making room for it. Your schedule is aligned with it. Your mind is just aligned with it. And so I pray that everybody I pray that God gives us the peace that we need first to handle um trusting him. Because in your heart you have to be at peace, and so you have to give all those problems, all those negative mindsets, those negative conversations, um, do away with those, and give all your problems, all your cares, all your worries, give them to God. He know what to do with it. Just take your hands off of it. and let God be God in your life. I encourage us all to do that moving forward. And so, yeah, I hope that you guys are coming into an amazing weekend. I hope that all is well with you all. I pray that um, I pray that you guys are looking forward to this season that we're coming into. Um, and yeah, we're gonna have so much fun. I do want to end this week's episode with letting you know the be a guest option is available. That option can be virtual, guys. Don't be afraid to get on. We can record as many times as you'd like, as many times as you need to. I do want to at least this season have 5 guests. This season is not going to be over until we have at least 5 guests come on and share their story. Um, I want to share this with you guys. I've had like people message me to be on and it's just kind of like an automated approach where it's like everybody is saying the same things, where it's almost like scammy kind of which I don't know. I don't see why somebody would do like scammy stuff, but it's just like it's an automated response, and then it's not like a real person for real, and so it's just kind of like I've been a little skeptical um about having that as a guest option, but let me know. I'm gonna update the website this weekend with the be a guest instructions. But if you're my friend on social media, you are more than welcome to DM me, and we can set up something. I think with the episodes airing on Thursdays, that's gonna give us time over the weekend to record, because a lot of people aren't free until the weekend, which I've noticed, and so I've been having to record on Saturday night, um, and just push a video out the next day, and so that is, yeah, that's a lot. But God is good, and thank you, thank you, Jesus, for making us able. Um, and so yeah, the be a guest option is gonna be back, y'all. Please, 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 please. We can talk about it if y'all want. We can talk about what you want to talk about, how you want to talk about it. The virtual option is gonna be the biggest option. As I am working on an in-person option. Um, and we'll see how that goes. But and I'll keep y'all posted, of course. But yeah, just let me know. I love you guys with my whole heart. I hope that y'all had an amazing week thus far, and that the weekend coming is safe and sound and what you need it to be as well. Um, yeah, that's about it. I love y'all. Have a good one.